I really like Jay-Z. Oh my God. Cut. Can we do that over? My bad. I said JC.
Yeah, just do it over, Denalii. You can say it over.
Yeah, just okay. So I just really liked JC. I really liked.
It's okay. You can start over, Denalii.
Yo, I'm gonna have to edit the hell out of this. What the hell is going on?
I'm sorry.
Yeah. Sip something if you feeling it. Smoke something if you feeling it. Yeah. Spread love if you feeling it. Yeah. Clap to it if you feeling it. Stand up if you feeling it. Yeah. Move something if you feeling it. Yeah. Let it show if you feeling it. No shame. She loves to entertain. She got me.
Hey you guys, welcome to Mic and Cheese. I'm your host TQ, and I have my co-host with me today, Kaya Moore. Hey Kaya Moore.
Hey, how y'all doing?
How you doing?
All right.
Good. And today, so we have an artist by the name of Denalii. Hi Denalii.
Hey.
How's it going?
Good. How you doing?
Doing well, and you?
Good. I'm doing well. We're glad to have you on the show with us a second time. Thank you for coming.
It's good to be here, and thank y'all for having me.
Yeah, no problem. So, Denalii, the last time you were on our show, you were with the other artist named Ricah. And so today we have you by yourself so we can get to know you a little more.
All right.
Right. So let's get started, Denalii. Where are you from?
Wait. I'm sorry. First and foremost, this is Mic and Cheese. You got to talk about your mac and cheese.
You're right. So what do you have for your mac and cheese today?
I just have some regular old mac and cheese. It's actually, nothing special about it, just microwavable stuffers.
Right. Nice. What about you, Kay Moore?
I threw together a little something. I had a lot of cheeses. So I have like mozzarella, provolone, cheddar, all kinds of stuff in here. It's pretty good.
Nice.
I still got my healthy noodles, the protein chickpea noodles. What you got?
So, for my mac and cheese, y'all can see.
Mm-hmm.
So
boomerang effect.
It's my, I know, right? It's my favorite brand. Y'all all know. The last show it was Cracker Barrel. Today is another Cracker Barrel.
Okay.
Microwavable cream mac and cheese. Got breadcrumbs again, but this time it's white cheddar cheese. How you doing?
That's good.
All right.
I love white cheddar.
Looks good.
Yeah. So it's different with a little salt, a little pepper, and then the breadcrumbs. Like I said, it's good.
Nice.
It's good. Oh, that's good. All right. Okay. So, Denalii, tell us where you're from.
I'm actually from a small town in Charlotte County called Drakes Branch, Virginia.
Drakes Branch, Virginia. Okay. So tell us, like, what was the start of you wanting to be a rap artist?
I started when I was about like 15, just writing. I always was interested in rapping.
Mm-hmm.
Listening to some of the old school people. Back in the day when I used to listen to like Jay-Z, Little Kim, people like that, I just was always interested in being able to put words together, rhyme them to beats. And so I started writing when I was about 15, and then I actually went full force with it when I was about 18.
Did you come up with like a musical background, a musical family? Was music always in your blood?
Very much so. My dad sang in a gospel group. My uncle played the guitar. I had several people in my family that played piano and stuff like that. My mom got me into piano. I was in marching band and jazz band, and I played saxophone and a bunch of other different instruments when I was in school.
Wow.
So music has always just been something that, I knew I could do. And I was in church. I was singing in the choir, singing in church, playing piano in church. So I've just always been there. I've always had some part of music throughout my entire life.
Yeah.
So, you know, that I just couldn't imagine my life without it.
You said a bunch of different instruments. How many instruments do you think you play?
I can tell you
Wow. She can't think of the number. That's
everything, everything but double reed instruments like oboe and bassoon.
Oh, okay, but the clarinet, you got that.
Yes,
Oh,
if you can play the saxophone,
is one. Okay, yep.
Yeah. Like if you are a woodwind player, you can, the way the notes are set up and whatever, like you can play any of those because it's the same fingering.
Nice.
The same thing with brass.
Okay. That's what's up. Okay.
That's cool, Denalii.
So you were in the church choir too, huh?
I was, and I still am. I actually, before COVID put an end to church, I had put together a mass choir that I was playing piano for. A friend of mine was playing the drums, and my cousin was the choir director. So I'm still into it.
Nice. So Denalii, not only are you a rapper, you're a singer.
Yes.
You sing. I'm gonna hear that singing voice one day.
I do.
So you love rapping more than singing? So you love rapping more than singing? Okay.
Absolutely.
Okay. All right.
Yes, for sure.
So Denalii, speaking of your voice, so what's the story behind your recording voice, and how was it developed? Because I know when I listen to your music, right, you have this raspy, raw, in your face type of voice, but when you talk and you speak, like, it's so soft and so, like, it's nice. So what's the story behind that? How'd you come up with your voice, your recording voice for rap?
I think I have always liked to have like an element of surprise. I've always wanted to be kind of this mystique when it comes to who you see right now and who you hear on a track, or who you will see on stage or whatever, you know. And I think I kind of started off, I was rapping with a few guys that had that rasp, and I liked the sound of it. And I do switch my voice up sometimes on different tracks as well, because I'm the type of person that feels like whatever is going to complement the beat is what I'm going to emulate. You know, that's what I'm going to give it. So it just so happens that a lot of the tracks that I have been on recently just warranted me to sound like that. In you know, as far as my ears were hearing it. And I think it just over time, I just found it, and I was just, you know, able to, and there, a lot of people were like, oh, that's not you. And I'm like, yeah, it actually is though. You know what I'm saying? Like, and they're like, wow, like what? You know, and I'm like, well,
right.
Hey,
because it sounds different.
Right. Yes, nice. it is. So, but I do like that element of surprise too. I don't want, you know, and this is just something personal, you know, something that I want is just like, I don't ever want someone to be like, oh, that really is Denalii on the track. You might be able to find, or, you know that it's me because of the cadences I use and some of the wordplay and metaphors and stuff like that. But voice wise, I want to be like, yo, who is that? You know, and then I get a lot, yo, is that a guy? There's no way that's a girl. You know what I'm saying? So I love that. And I just love that. So it's, you know, to me, it's a compliment. I don't take any offense to it at all. I'm all about I like being able to manipulate words and putting them together. And I just like being able to do that. So a lot of my stuff just comes from wanting the track to sound good, wanting to throw metaphors in there and having something to say.
When you do that, people can relate too.
Right. Right.
So that's good.
So that's what it's all about for me.
Right.
Would you consider being a ghostwriter? I love your lyrics. It's always dope. It's always intricate. It's always fun. It's always straightforward. I like how you mix them all together. So if someone came to you like, would you write something for me? Was that something you would consider? Yeah?
Absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah. Have you written for someone before?
I have.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
I have.
Nice.
Okay. I guess we can't know who that is.
No, we can't. A ghostwriter is just that, a ghost. But yeah, definitely anything to push and progress, push house and GMC, SKD, anything to do that. If it's ghostwriting, if it's whatever, I'll do it.
Okay, so Denalii, so we know you've been working on a new project, and it's called Enough, and you have 4 songs on that project. Denalii, is we got Keep Pushing, we have No Justice, No Peace, we have Shut Up and Dribble, and then we have Tears Falling. Tell us about the project and how the idea started.
Well, the idea started from JC, No Dots. He came up with a lot of the concepts, and we just went from there. I think I really, really enjoyed this project. It was so much to say with the stigma and the static that has been going on in regards to, the Black Lives Matter movement, all of the racial stuff going on. So it was a lot to say.
Right.
That were part of the project. Definitely got a chance to do that, say what they had to say.
Right, and that's good. So on all the 4 songs on that Enough project, what's one of your favorites?
Pushing Me, Keep Pushing Me,
and
Tears Falling. Definitely, definitely 2 of my favorites.
Explain why do you like those 2?
Keep Pushing Me, I love the process of how we put that song together.
Right.
That it features Pastor Derek the Changeman Smith, and him and I, we sat there and we put all of that together with the concept from JC.
Right.
And it just turned out to be such a good matchup, and it just mashed together so well. It was so cohesive how we did it. And then with Tears Falling, when I made that beat, I was able to release some stuff through anything I make the beat on, and I'm rapping on it, is going to automatically be one of my favorites because I knew the process of where I was going with it, and how I was able to release when I was making the track. So I love what JC No Dots did on it. It's featuring him, and I just love how him and I sound on a track together. And as a matter of fact, going back to what we were talking about earlier, I sound quite different on this track. So
yeah, you do.
and you get a little bit of singing, so there you go.
Thank you
on that. Absolutely, my pleasure. So I really like that track too, just because I just wanted to do something different, and I'm going to be introducing some different styles, some different things as time goes on, and within the next few projects that will be coming out. But Enough, is awesome. I love it.
And I would agree. I love Enough too. I think I think listening to the tracks on Enough, you can definitely tell y'all had a lot to talk about. It was really good. One of my favorites is Tears Falling. It hits home, and I know it was a time where certain lyrics are definitely hits home for JC on that track.
Yeah,
it was really Absolutely. It's really deep, and when you listen to the lyrics, it's really deep, and you can feel it. You really can feel it. So I really do I like that song a lot. But all of them were really good, really good. You always have your favorites. I mean, at least me. I can't speak for them. What about you, Kay Moore? What's your favorite out of those 4?
I like Keep Pushing Me.
Keep Pushing?
Yeah. I find myself playing that one more often. I like how it goes back and forth. And I just like the way the voices sound together. Your voices sound together. Yeah.
They do sound good.
Thank you.
It's like this.
Thank you.
It meshes up so nicely. It's like, but you guys been together, singing together for a while, right? So I just like how it flows together.
I mean,
and they connect.
Well,
you can tell
we've been doing music together since I've been a baby.
Yeah.
So that's bro right there. So
yeah.
And he's amazing. Absolutely amazing. Shout out to Pastor Derek the Changeman Smith, SKD, Deacon Otis Wick, Lady J. Let
Shout
me
out,
tell you.
Deacon.
But I love that dude, and I just wanted to shout him out real quick. So yeah.
Shout out to Deacon. You did a great job, Deacon. You really did. I didn't know it was him. I didn't know it was him.
Yeah, it's definitely
That's
him.
good. Yep. I like that project. Can you tell us what are some other features on some of those songs?
Okay, with No Justice, No Peace, we got my homegirl, RicahReal. You know, she did her thing. And then on Shut Up and Dribble, my boy Mike Hughes, he's on there ripping it up. You know, you know, him and I sound good on a track too.
Y'all
You know,
do,
Rika and I sound good on a track.
Y'all do.
It's just amazing. I mean, we can't make this up.
Right.
We just can't. You know, it's just effortless, and everybody is just really good at what they do. Everyone has the level of talent, and it's just amazing.
Speaking
And that's why y'all.
Shout out to y'all too, RicahReal, Mike Hughes. Shout out.
Right. Shout out Rika, Mike. Those are some great artists, and that's why when you hear music and you guys are featured on it, it sounds so good because y'all mesh well so good together, you know?
Yeah.
You hear the tracks, you're like, oh, and then somebody else come in, you be like, oh, that's Mike. Oh, that's Denalii.
Right.
Oh, that, oh, and then you just be jamming because everybody's good. Everybody really is good. They really are. So, congrats on this project.
Tell us a little history about Shut Up and Dribble, like how that kind of came into play.
Well, the concept, of course, from JC No Doubt. Shout out to him. But anyway, JC, he came up with the concept, and you know, I realized what had happened with LeBron and Kevin Durant and what, you know, was said about them. So when he, you know, I just was like, okay. So I just started writing to it, and I'm like, you know, since they're basketball players, I'm gonna throw a kind of a, you know, metaphoric kind of basketball analogy to kind of parallel with, you know, the stigma of how racist and how disgusting it was for someone to say something like that. Shut up. She told him, shut up and dribble.
Yeah.
You know, like they didn't have an opinion on anything other than, and that to me, that is disrespectful and disgusting.
Right.
That is.
You know what I'm saying? Because those are two very intelligent men.
Right.
You know, Kevin Durant, and, you know, just because they play basketball doesn't mean anything. You know,
I think a lot of athletes have that stigma where it's like, oh, they're an athlete, they don't have nothing to say, you know, they don't have anything, you know, important. They're not very, you know, the stereotype is that they aren't intelligent, and you have some that are very intelligent. So
exactly.
I do agree.
Yeah, and LeBron is definitely one of them, and so is Kevin Durant. So I just felt like that was just horrible. But that's where it came from, and then we went through with it, and it was awesome.
Yeah. So shout out to them, you know, Kevin Durant, LeBron.
There you go, Mikey. All right. So one more question: when COVID lifts and the world goes back to normal, what are your goals? What are your next aspirations? You know,
I would like to just start, you know, doing EP release parties, promotional parties, and definitely performances in venues.
Nice.
For sure.
Nice.
For sure.
Yeah, we're gonna all need that.
Definitely.
Yeah.
We are looking forward to it. We're gonna need that. I think everyone's gonna need that, you know, once everything gets back to normal, hopefully.
And some really good video shoots too, like where we can have like everybody, you know what I'm saying, together. You know.
Just a few people here or there.
Yeah.
Right.
Definitely. I know one thing, Denalii, I'm super excited. We're all super excited to hear, you know, this Enough project that you've been working on, and it's a great project. So thank you for being on the show with us. We really appreciate you coming back just to get to know a little bit more about you, because I know, like I said, we were on the show last time with Rika working on the Quarantine State of Mind project. So that was good. What do you have to perform for us today?
Well, I'm going to do No Justice, No Peace.
Okay.
I'll do my verse from that. So No, not he, but the she beast. At least every other week, with a voice to speak, shut him down, and then the talk cease. I disperse when I submerge prepositional phrases, nouns, and adverbs, interrogative sentences, imperative. Who's questioning? No peace could be the result of our negligence. A problem no solver, like bullets with no revolver. I dodged him, her like an avenger, a charger. Promise turn to death threats, impeccable lyrical artillery assets. Liability ensures the bad checks. It's Saturday when Joe Friday drags nets, trying to close doors that we stepped in. The screens of no justice, combo when they ass like Tekken. Access denied, so I crept in. My power is the exorcist, making the whole world's neck spin.
No justice, no beats. No justice, no beats. No justice, no beats.
Hey, no justice, no peace. Hey.
Nice. Yes, Denalii, that was good.
Nice.
Denalii, every time you rap, I'd be like you demand attention when you're rapping, and it's like you cannot get your eyes off her, your ears off. You gotta be like, oh shit. You be like, you be
look at me. I mean, why would?
Yes.
I mean, no, I'm just playing. But yeah, like when that's why it's so important. And a good friend of mine told me this too. His name is JC No Dots, and it really rang home. He was like, "Oh, it's different when you actually have something to say." Right now, people need to hear something that's gonna, resonate. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know. I demand the attention because I want people to hear what I have to say.
Well, thank you so much, Denalii, for being on the show. By the way, everything is great what you're doing. I'm love what you're putting out. We're loving what you're putting out. And can you tell us where we can find your music once again? The social media platforms.
Yes, definitely on Spotify, Apple Music, iTunes. Go out there, purchase it. Look out for us, man, because we, it takes a lot, and we're working really hard on this.
Mm-hmm.
So look for us on all of those.
All right. Well, we'll definitely look for you. We're going to hear some more from Denalii. Thank you so much again for being on the show today. And thank you so much, you guys, for tuning in and listening to us once again. We're Mic and Cheese. I'm your host, TQ, with my co-host, Kaya Moore. And we will see you guys next time. Bye.
Take care.
I'll see you later.
No justice, there's no peace.
No, not he, but the she beast. At least every other week with a voice to speak. Shut them down and then the talk cease. I disperse when I submerge prepositional phrases, nouns and adverbs, interrogative sentences, imperative. Who's questioning? No peace could be the result of our negligence.
Yummy. Mac and cheese.